It's a new month, new comic books, new adventures. Let's get into it. And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As you already know, I am the host, C3. Today we have our new comic book day haul. I apologize for being a couple of days late, but we are rounding about that finale of my school semester to where I've got finals and everything that are due. So I have these exams and these essays that I have to write. So I apologize for being late, but nonetheless, I do have a haul. I am here and we're gonna jump right into it. I picked up a few books that I'm happy to share with you guys. If it's something I missed, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know. But if you like what you see, again, leave a comment in the comment section. If it is your first time checking out the channel, please think about subscribing to the channel. We do a bunch of good old-fashioned comic book hauls over here. I do a lot of unboxings, and we also do some speculation. All right? But most of all, we just continue to share our love of comics. All right? So for those of you who are new, the routine is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely make sure you ring that bell. So every time we do a video, you guys will get the notification. All right? So the first book I'm going to show you is coming from Aftershock Comics, and it is The Tale of Mother Effing Goose. I love that title. The Tale of Mother Effing Goose. All right? And this book is written by Frank Terry, Joe Esmama, and Matt Herms. It's actually a well-written story, and it's a different take on all the stories that we grew up with. Everybody, you know, the names of a lot of, you know, what's the word? The fairy tales that we grew up with. They used a lot of their names to describe a lot of the gangsters that are involved in this. So basically, it looks like what happened is there's a death, and no one knows who's done the killing, but there's a lot of speculating going on, and a lot of the gang members, you know, their nicknames are things like Mother Goose, you know, what's the lady's name? Little Red Riding Hood, you know, things of that nature. So it's a pretty interesting take, and I had a lot of fun reading it. I recommend it. Check it out. It's a good book. I think it's something people would like. It's a one-shot, so it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Mother Effing Goose. Oh, man, you can't make this stuff up. That was dope. That was pretty dope. All right, the next book I have, this one's coming from DC, and this is Batman issue number 118. A new chapter begins. You know, there's a first appearance in here, first appearance of Abyss, a new villain. Nothing spectacular, you know, the story starts, you know, there's party going on in Gotham. It's kind of quiet, making Batman feel a little bit uneasy. But there's a nice little story in here that could actually turn into something. So, you know, all the Batmans of the world, Batman Inc., they've been charged with killing Abyss, and Batman's going to try to figure out why, what made all these good guys turn bad. It's off to a decent start, pretty good story. Appearance of a new suit in here and everything. There's an appearance of a new suit. So, you know, it's worth the gander. It's worth the look. Batman. I mean, who doesn't like Batman? You know? All right. Next up, this book I grabbed is from Dynamite Comics, and this is a cover purchase for me. For those of you who don't know, I am a lover of fine arts and antiquities. I'm kidding, but I do love my artwork, and I do love my comic art. So I picked up NYX issue number 2, and this is that Rose Besh cover. Just another beautiful Rose Besh cover. And I can't help but marvel in its simplicity. You know, it's a beautiful cover. Very well done. I like her artwork. I like her style. Very, very unique. Very intriguing. NYX issue number 2. Nice. Very nice. The next comic that I picked up is coming from Marvel, and this is Devil's Reign issue number 1, and this is the Scotty Young Daredevil all red variant, and that is just a beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. Haven't read this yet, but I am going to read it. I'm actually going to read this tonight. Looking forward to checking it out and seeing what's going on with it. But I had to grab this cover because I like Scotty Young's work on this cover, and I like that all red. Just beautiful. Love it. Next up, this is another cover purchase for me, and this is Inferno issue number 3, and this is Peach Momoko's version of Magneto. Definitely like this cover. Beautiful. Love her artwork. Admire the work she does. She does some writing also, you know, so it's just a beautiful thing to just watch an artist come into the comic book industry and grow. Peach Momoko cover art is some of the best that's out there. And for those of you who are new to the channel, one of the shows that we also like to do over here is what we call Cover Lovers Delight, is where I go into my collection and I pull out a bunch of covers with some very, very interesting and beautiful artwork. And then I share it with you guys. So that's another reason to hit that like button and subscribe so that every time I do those videos, you guys will get alerted. All right? So every now and again, I love going into my collection, pulling those covers out and showing them off to you guys, because that's what I do a lot of my time in my spare time. If I'm not reading, I'm in my comic room just pulling covers, man, and just basking in the beauty and in the creativity of the artist, you know, because, man, I can't draw like that. I can't draw or paint to that magnitude. So it's just a special thing for me to do, is to sit back and just revel in the artwork that some of these creators are doing, man, because it's truly phenomenal, right? And speaking of which, it's kind of like this cover right here. And this is coming from Marvel. We're talking about Marvel Voices in the Commodities. Right? Just a beautiful cover. A lot of activity going on in there. This cover is alive. It's moving. And I like that about covers, man. I like this about it. I like the color pattern, and it's just how all the colors are just popping off the page. And it just draws your attention to detail, and it just makes your eyes, you know, want more, you know, so you want to indulge in more. And I definitely peeled through this a little bit, but I am going to read this as also tonight. And I'll let you guys know what I think about it. But that's just another beautiful piece of artwork right there. Right? And we also have another cover coming from that same title, Marvel Voices. And check this one out, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think about the artwork on this cover? I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. I love it. Marvel Voices. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll let you guys know what I think about the read on the inside. Next up, coming from Marvel, this is Star Wars, Crimson Reign. Crimson Reign. And shout out to the guys over there, Sean and Drew and Kyle over there at Comic Elite. I ordered one of their exclusives. I can't wait for those to get here. Yep. Gonna be reading this one to see what this is about. Crimson Reign. Looks very interesting. Next up, I'm going to show you a comic that came out a week ago. Yeah, maybe a week ago. But I just wanted to grab it because it's starting to take off a little bit. It's starting to spike a little bit in price value. It may get a little more traction the more people become aware of it. But this book I want to show you, it is Animal Castle by Xavier Davison and Felix Delip. And it is a Blaze, coming from a Blaze Comics. So it didn't come out this comic book week, but it came out last new comic book week. And I may have this book in my collection already, or I may not, but I saw another copy and I just wanted to grab it. Leave a comment in the comment section if anybody's reading this book. If you guys are reading this book, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think about it? Animal Castle. Next up from Dynamite, we have Red Sonja, issue number, what is it? Issue number 4. And this is the Todd McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage cover. Had to grab that. You know, they know what sells comics, man. You homage that Spider-Man cover. That cover is gonna get sold. Next up from Upshot, we have Crimson Cage, issue number 1. Looking forward to reading this. You know, been a fan of wrestling all my life. Can't wait to see what this one's about. This one was recommended by Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers. He thought it was a really good read, so I'm interested to take a peek and see what it's saying. I know he had interviewed the creators of this book before. I watched that, so that's what put me on the lookout for it. Next up from Marvel, we have Black Cat, and this is issue number 1, and it is a giant size. It's a very small giant size, I might add. You know, but I love my Black Cat. Always just a light read, you know, just funny and, you know, just full of humor. And I just enjoy comics like that. You know, not every comic has to be all serious, you know, and just some things, you know, that light and fluffiness is just still warranted. Very comical. And I just like a good story that goes along with it, you know. And I thought it was, you know, and this one has a particular story in there where her mom is actually sick, you know, so she's getting to spend a little time with her mom and everything. So I like stuff like that, you know, that sentimental type story, you know, so that's pretty good. Next from DC, we have Green Lantern, issue number 9. Yep, Green Lantern, issue number 9. From Boom, we have Basilisk, issue number 5. And this story is still good. I love this story. I am enjoying it. And it seems like, you know, the Chimeran, they're closing in on our little friend here. And it's about to get thick. And remember, I told you, this is actually a good story, but it may have been overshadowed by Nice House on the Lake. But this too, Basilisk, is a good story written by, excuse me, written by Cullen Bunn. It's a good story. So don't miss out on this. All right? I highly recommend it. It's a good story. And one of the interesting things about this is that, you know, one of her partner that she's running along with, you know, she has acquired powers from this person that was just killed in there, so she can actually hear and sense everything from that's going on around her, and it's kind of like it gives her glimpses into where other people are. So it's just a great story, man. Cullen Bunn is really writing this story, and it's real interesting how he's slowly but surely just bringing you into the characterization and into the storytelling of where everybody is and where he's trying to go with it. So I think it's a really good story. So definitely check it out. Next up from DC, we have Arkham City, The Order of the World. This is issue number 3 of 6. Another good story. DC's getting better, you know. DC's getting better at their writing. For a minute there was a little lull where, you know, a person, you just weren't buying any DC, but they're getting better at it. They're finding some good stories to put out. Next up from Image Comics, one of Donny Cates' books, and this is Crossover, and this is issue number 10. Crossover for me has been hit or miss, but because I'm a completionist, you know, I continue to get it because I want to make sure I have the whole run. But Donny Cates is a good writer. He knows how to keep us engaged. You know. Next from DC, and this is just another copy of Batman issue 118, and this again another Todd McFarlane homage cover. And I grabbed this one just for the PC. Like I said, it has a pretty decent story in there. It's off to a good start, the first appearance. But there's a gold variant out there that is canceling out all the other ones. So I didn't even chase any of the incentives because I wasn't able to get the gold one. And for me, if I can't get the gold, man, it doesn't even make sense to get the other ones. Kind of like that Todd McFarlane, like the Gunslinger McFarlane joints that were being done. It doesn't even make sense to get the 1 in 25 or the 1 in 50 when you got the 1 in 200 canceling everything out. You know, that's another thing they need to get right. Like sometimes you're just putting out way too many variances and you're disturbing the market like that. You know, if you're gonna put out a variant, like what happened to having one variant per comic? What happened? You know, maybe one, maybe two, but 3 and 4, 5 and 6 variances, you kind of like flood the market and you saturate and you water everything down. At least that's just my personal opinion, which I know don't count for nothing. So it's all good, right? All right, so next up from Dark Horse, we have a comic that I really enjoyed, and this comic book is called Daisy. And this was a real interesting comic. I don't want to spoil it. I would like for you guys to go out, find it, get a copy, read it for yourself, because it is about fallen angels, man, and written by Cullen Larimore, and it is real good, man. I really enjoyed this. You know, a really good first start, really good first issue. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Grab it, read it, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, people. You know, I enjoyed it so much, I went back and grabbed a few, right? So I also got 2 more copies of it. That's how much I enjoyed it. Yeah, so when you read it, let me know what you think. Daisy from Black Horse Comics. Cullen Larimore. All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the comics that I picked up for New Comic Book Day. I hope you saw something you like. If you think I missed something, please feel free. Leave a comment in the comment section. I always read all the comments and I try to correspond with everybody as much as I can. And 9 times out of 10, I'll double back and grab whatever it is I think I missed because, you know, to me, that FOMO is real. I hate missing out. But if I do, I'm glad I got you guys to keep me on point. All right? So listen, I got to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I'll see you next time. Hey, listen, everybody who's got comic books coming in the mail, they're on their way. So be on the lookout. Even our guy who won our Keep It Comics 500 subscriber giveaway, that G.I. Joe Real American Hero issue #1, that book is on the way, Mr. Smith. So keep your eyes peeled, all right? Absolutely. I'm a man of my word. Look, I appreciate you. You guys know what I always say. Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love. Because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, always keep it comics. Peace.